Your home could see flooding within 48 hours. Over 70 cities across Australia are about to face drastically different weather conditions, and what happens in the next 3 days will determine whether you wake up to sunshine or severe storms. Right now, 3 separate weather systems are converging on Australia, and by the time you finish this video, you will know exactly when the rain hits your street, how much will fall, and what you need to do today to prepare. 200 millimetres of rain fell in just 24 hours near Mackay. That is more than 8 inches. Pioneer River is already experiencing minor flooding. But here is what nobody is telling you. This is just the beginning. Comment below where you are watching from, and I will give you the exact forecast for your location in the comments section. Within the next 30 seconds, I am going to reveal which Australian cities will see the heaviest rainfall this weekend, and at minute 5, I will show you the exact timeline for when the potential tropical system could impact Queensland. But first, you need to understand what is happening right now across the continent, because 3 major weather events are unfolding simultaneously. Tropical low 21U is sitting on the border between Western Australia and Northern Territory. This system is moving west toward the Indian Ocean. Sea surface temperatures there are running between 28 and 29 degrees Celsius, that is 82 to 84 Fahrenheit. For tropical cyclone development, we typically need 30 to 31 degrees. The system is fighting against high wind shear and dry air. If this becomes a tropical cyclone, it will remain weak. The timing is critical. This system will emerge off the Western Australia coastline north of Broome, likely near Curry Bay or Cape Leveque sometime this weekend. For residents of Port Hedland, Karratha and the Pilbara coastline, you need to pay attention. By Friday evening, this low will be close enough to start generating showers. Saturday morning is when conditions deteriorate. Rainfall totals between 80 and 125 millimetres are possible around Karratha and Port Hedland. Around Broome, expect less, maybe 50 to 70 millimetres. Here is the disappointing part for those needing rain. Most of the heavy rainfall will stay offshore. The driest air is wrapping around the southern side of this system, which means towns like Exmouth will see almost nothing, maybe 10 to 20 millimetres at best. This is not a threatening system, Category 1 strength at most. Tomorrow we will have official warnings and specific timings. Now let us talk about what is happening in Queensland, because this is where things get complicated. A low pressure system is sliding into northern Queensland right now. Over the past 24 hours, Mackay received 90 millimetres of rain. Some isolated areas near Proserpine saw close to 200 millimetres. The Pioneer River, which runs through Mackay, is experiencing minor flooding. Tonight into tomorrow morning, showers and storms will continue across the Central Coast and Whitsundays. But here is the twist. By Thursday afternoon, the rain shifts north. Townsville, you have been mostly dry. That changes tomorrow afternoon as the southeasterly flow becomes more easterly. This pulls rainfall away from Mackay and drags it toward Townsville. Expect moderate falls Thursday evening into Friday morning, 50 to 100 millimetres. Cairns and the Cassowary Coast, your turn comes Friday. By Friday morning, isolated heavy falls are possible between Townsville and Cairns. Some areas in the Herbert Ranges could wake up to rainfall totals near 200 millimetres again. Catchments are already saturated from recent rainfall. Rivers could rise quickly. The weekend forecast shows showers and thunderstorms widespread across the Cassowary Coast and Daintree Rainforest Saturday and Sunday. But here is the relief for some. Townsville, Mackay, Whitsundays, Rockhampton and the Capricornia Coast will see very little rainfall throughout the weekend and into early next week. Your wet weather window closes Friday evening. At exactly minute 5, I promised to tell you about the tropical system everyone is talking about. Here it is. Long-range forecast models are showing the potential development of a tropical low or even a tropical cyclone in the Coral Sea early next week. This is complicated. Around February 10th, a tropical low could develop in the Solomon Sea. This system would then track south and potentially southwest. Some forecast models, particularly the GFS, have shown runs bringing this system toward the Queensland coastline. A few runs even suggested southeast Queensland. Let me be crystal clear about this. While it is technically possible, it is extremely unlikely right now. The probability of a Queensland landfall in the next 7 days is effectively 0. Here is why you should not panic. Tropical cyclone forecasting has improved dramatically. We typically get 6 to 7 days of reliable notice before landfall. These systems are quite predictable now. Beyond 7 days, uncertainty increases. But worrying about a landfall threat right now is premature. The GFS model has a reputation. It tends to develop tropical systems stronger than reality and move them toward land. Already the latest runs are shifting this potential system further away from Queensland. The trend is moving away from land, not toward it. What is more likely? A weak low-pressure system develops Monday or Tuesday next week, bringing continued showers and thunderstorms to the Cassowary Coast and far north Queensland. 4 to 5 day rainfall totals could reach 400 to 600 millimetres between Cairns and the Daintree. Significant? Yes. Would it cause flooding? Likely some minor to moderate flooding, but far north Queensland is built for this. They have seen it before. Port Douglas, Cairns, Innisfail, Tully. If this scenario plays out, you are looking at persistent rainfall from Monday through Thursday next week. Not intense downpours constantly, but waves of moderate to heavy showers. Daily totals between 80 and 150 millimetres are possible. Rivers will respond. Mission Beach and Cardwell, you are in the target zone too. Rainfall could be particularly heavy where onshore flow meets the coastal ranges. Totals could exceed 500 millimetres over 4 days in isolated spots. Now, this is still 5 to 6 days away. Forecast confidence increases as we get closer. By Monday, we will have much better clarity. Do not lose sleep over this yet. Just stay informed. Now, here is something nobody expected. Southeast Queensland might finally get wet. After weeks of dry, crunchy conditions, multiple forecast models are showing a pattern change mid-next week. Wednesday and Thursday next week, February 12th and 13th, could bring showers and thunderstorms to Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast and northeastern New South Wales. But wait, there is more. Some models are suggesting steady rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday, February 14th through 16th. Rainfall totals have been flip-flopping. Some runs show 50 millimetres, others show 250 millimetres. Right now, it is a wait-and-see situation. Brisbane, we should have definitive answers by Monday or Tuesday next week. The pattern is there, the setup is possible, but confidence is still moderate. The positive sign, the access model is now showing something similar. When multiple models align, probability increases. Gold Coast and northern New South Wales, Tweed Heads, Byron Bay, Ballina, Lismore, you are included in this potential rainfall event. Southeast Queensland desperately needs this rain. Driving through the region today, conditions are extremely dry. Toowoomba and the Darling Downs, you might see some activity too. Thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday next week could produce isolated moderate falls, maybe 30 to 60 millimetres, but I must stress, do not plan around this yet. Check back Monday for updated information. Let me give you city-by-city specifics right now because you deserve exact timings. Perth and southwest Western Australia, you are under the influence of high pressure and a weak cold front passing through tonight. Expect a few showers late tonight through the west coast, 5 to 15 millimetres maximum. Thursday and Friday, mostly dry, temperatures cooling down, daytime maximums around 28 to 30 degrees. Adelaide and South Australia, mostly dry conditions through Friday, but here is your alert. Friday afternoon and evening, severe thunderstorms are possible through the northern parts of South Australia, particularly south of Alice Springs around Ulara and extending toward Marla. These could be high-end storms, large hail, damaging winds, heavy rainfall in short periods. If you are travelling through these areas Friday, monitor warnings closely. Melbourne and Victoria, you are quiet. High pressure ridge is keeping you stable and dry. A weak cold front brought a few showers to the west coast tonight, but Melbourne stays mostly dry through the weekend. Temperatures mild, daytime maximums around 24 to 27 degrees Celsius. Hobart and Tasmania, stable conditions continue under high pressure, mostly sunny skies through the weekend. Perfect weather for outdoor activities. Daytime maximums around 22 to 25 degrees. Canberra and the ACT, dry conditions prevail. High pressure ridge is dominating. Overnight temperatures could drop to single digits, around 8 to 10 degrees Celsius. Daytime maximums reaching 26 to 29 degrees. Sydney and coastal New South Wales, a strong ridge is developing into the Tasman Sea. Southeasterly winds are keeping things calm. Very limited shower activity. This is unusual for this time of year. The coastal strip from Newcastle down to Wollongong stays mostly dry through the weekend. Maybe an isolated shower Saturday afternoon, but coverage will be minimal. Sydney, that potential weather system I mentioned for next week, if it develops, you could see showers and thunderstorms Wednesday and Thursday. Newcastle and the Hunter region, similar story, dry through the weekend. Possible showers midweek next week. Dubbo and inland New South Wales, you are seeing more action. Shower and thunderstorm activity today and tonight. By Thursday, activity shifts further north and west. White Cliffs and Wilcannia could see severe thunderstorms Friday. Broken Hill, you are on the edge of potential severe weather Friday. Storms developing over South Australia could drift into far western New South Wales. Albury and the border region staying mostly dry under high pressure. Pleasant conditions through the weekend. Darwin and the top end, you are in the quiet zone too. High pressure is limiting rainfall, scattered showers possible but nothing organised. Daytime maximums around 33 to 35 degrees. Catherine and the interior Northern Territory, scattered storms continue, nothing severe, just typical afternoon build-up activity. Alice Springs and Central Australia, Friday is your day to watch. Severe thunderstorms are likely south of Alice Springs. The area from Yulara across to the South Australia border could see supercell development. These storms could produce very large hail, potentially giant hail exceeding 5 centimetres. Damaging wind gusts exceeding 90 kilometres per hour are possible. Heavy rainfall leading to flash flooding is also a threat. If you are travelling the Stewart Highway or visiting Uluru Friday afternoon or evening, keep a close eye on weather warnings. These storms typically develop between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Birdsville and far southwest Queensland, you are included in this severe weather threat Friday. Storms could impact Birdsville, Baduri and Boulia. Quilpie and Addervale might see strong to severe storms as well. Mount Isa and the northwest Queensland mining region, you are staying drier this week, maybe isolated afternoon storms, but nothing widespread. Cairns, let me repeat the timeline because it is important. Tonight, Wednesday night, isolated showers possible. Thursday, showers increasing, particularly afternoon and evening. Friday, widespread showers and storms. Rainfall totals 50 to 150 millimetres. Saturday and Sunday, continued showers and storms. This pattern persists into early next week with that potential tropical low development. Monitor forecasts daily. Port Douglas and the Daintree, same timeline as Cairns. Heaviest falls likely Friday through Tuesday next week. Townsville tonight, some showers possible but lighter. Thursday afternoon and evening, moderate falls likely, 50 to 100 millimetres. Friday morning, showers easing. Weekend looking drier. Mackay and the Whitsundays, you have had your heavy rain. Tonight, showers continuing but easing. Thursday, showers pulling north away from you. Friday through the weekend, much drier. You are in the clear for weekend plans. Rockhampton and the Capricorn Coast, similar to Mackay. Showers easing Thursday. Dry weekend ahead. Bundaberg and the Fraser Coast, high pressure ridge is keeping you mostly dry. Maybe an isolated shower Thursday, but most areas stay dry through the weekend. Hervey Bay and Maryborough, same forecast. Mostly dry conditions. Sunshine Coast, currently dry under that southeasterly flow. This continues through the weekend. Possible change midweek next week with that potential rain event I mentioned. Stay tuned for updates Monday. Brisbane, your timeline is dry through Tuesday. Possible showers and storms Wednesday and Thursday next week. Potentially steady rain Friday through Sunday next week if the pattern holds. Confidence is moderate. Gold Coast and Tweed Heads, identical forecast to Brisbane. Byron Bay, Ballina, Lismore and the Northern Rivers, you are included in that potential rain event next week too. Right now, enjoy the dry weather through Tuesday. Toowoomba and the Darling Downs, isolated storms possible Wednesday and Thursday next week, otherwise staying relatively dry. Now, before we wrap up, I need to tell you something critical that most forecasts do not mention. The timing windows I have given you are based on current model data. Weather systems can speed up or slow down. What I have told you is the most likely timeline based on the best available information right now. But here is what you must do. If you live in an area I have mentioned for heavy rainfall, check the forecast again tomorrow. And the day after. Models update every 6 hours. New information comes in constantly. What looks likely today might shift tomorrow. And here is the number one question I get asked. How accurate are these forecasts for the next 48 hours? Very accurate. 72 to 96 hours, good accuracy. Beyond 4 days, confidence drops. That is why I keep emphasizing that the forecast for next week is still uncertain. Comment below right now with your city or town, and I will personally reply with your specific forecast and timing in the comments section. I read every single comment, and I want to make sure you have the information you need to plan your week. In tomorrow's forecast update, I will have updated rainfall totals for that tropical low off Western Australia, refined timings for the northern Queensland rainfall, and most importantly, I will have the latest model runs on that potential Coral Sea system. If anything changes overnight, you will know about it. The biggest weather story next week is going to be that potential southeast Queensland rainfall event. This could be the pattern change the region desperately needs, or it could fizzle out. We will know more in 48 hours. Stay safe, stay informed, and remember, weather changes, but knowledge